gentlemen, welcome. I'm yours truly, Devin Wright, and we so excited to have you here. Shout out to you first and foremost for, tapping in with us. But welcome to Pigskin Players, brought to you by Eat. And speaking of Eat, we got something very, very special we like to preview on today's show. Our pregame meal, brought to you by yours truly. Yes, I can cook. Don't get it twisted now. I can do a little something in the kitchen, but today we had a little something slight that we like to preview on today's episode. So take a look at that real quick. You see it? Some slight. A little rice with the seasoning, greens. You got to keep your greens in your system, ladies and gentlemen. So little green beans for a little extra little side. Veggies. Um, we got a little onions and green peppers mixed in there with the chicken and a little teriyaki sauce for that little flavor. But yeah, a little something light brought to you by Eat. We're going to eat good on this show. So it's one quote that we're going to probably reference throughout today's show because we're a firm believer and we like to follow suit to, with those that came before us. Um, if you play good, look good, they'll pay you good. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, welcome. Give yourself a round of applause to Pigskin Players. Let's go. Let's dive into it. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get it. Yes. Pigskin Players. Welcome back. We live. And, you seen it. Our pre-show meal. Pretty awesome, but we're going to dive right into the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got something for your mental. This is a new segment that we're going to have on every episode. It's a book if y'all want to follow me along with reading this. I can see that whatever way you're seeing this. Shout out to you once again. If you like what we're doing, you want to support, like and subscribe below. All the information below right there. Make sure you do that. Share the love. We appreciate it. All the support that you're bringing us. Continue to follow us along with our journey as we continue to grow. But we want to give something for your mental. This is out of a book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. It was something that caught our attention super, so much that we felt like that we had to share with you. Though this is a sports show, we like to, dive into more things as we continue to grow with this show. We want you to grow with us, and we want to give you jewels to take away and, put in your day-to-day life. So this is something that really hit home with me, where I'm at in life. We're going to be very transparent on this show and just give you that realness, from all aspects of life, not just, sports, but back to my point. No excuses today for the mental. Let's dive into it. Looking for the gift. And again, this hits home so much. So, and I read the whole book already, but I've been randomly just picking up books and whatever. Whenever I open it up to, I feel like that's, my calling or what I need to, really focus on that day. And for some reason today, it landed me to this. And I had it marked, as you can see already, because it hit me the first time that I came across it. But I'm going to read it to you. And shout out to Brian Tracy if you want to go get the book, No Excuses. But here we go. Norman Vincent Peale used to say, when God wants to send you a gift, he wraps it up into a problem. The bigger the gift that God wants to send you, the bigger the problem he wraps it up in. So, and I talk about, let me finish it. Instead of concentrating on the problem, which we all have, that when we tend to focus on not the solutions and the problem, where we should be focusing on those solutions. And we'll get back into that. What's more, sometimes the gift or a valuable lesson can be of far greater value than the cost of the problem itself. Sometimes one lesson that you learn in dealing with a problem can be the key to your long-term success. As Napoleon Hill wrote, within every problem or obstacle lays the seed of an equal or greater opportunity or belief. Your job is to find it. Continually think of yourself as a strong, powerful, resolute person in the face of adversity. In World War I, a British general was described by his superiors. There he stands, like an iron peg, driven into the frozen ground, immovable. Let this be an accurate description of you whenever you face difficulties or problems of any kind. Resolve to standing like an iron peg, driven into the frozen ground. So, to elaborate on this, No matter what comes your way, whatever situation comes your way, stand firm. Stand firm and believe in what you're doing. Believe wholeheartedly in what you're doing and stand on it. No matter what. Focus on solutions. Always be a person that's solution. Always thinking the good, thinking ahead. No matter where you at, just think of the solutions. If you can continue to think of yourself as a solution, you'll find yourself in way better solution because you'll be looked at as somebody that always figures something out. I mean, trust me, I can, attest from that. So always be that gift. Look for the gift. And if there's the struggle right now, best believe there's a blessing coming in that. So stand firm like an iron peg and be immovable. Be that resource still and move on with your life. But that was today's For Your Mental segment. Pigskin Players, we back, ladies and gentlemen. I like to call it one last ride. Seniors, it's your last chance to get down to Lucas Oil. Underclassmen, it's your opportunity to learn, get that experience. So next year, and then when it's your turn to be a senior, you have better experience with it. But we have sectionals, and it's been 5 years, since 2018, since we had a champion here in Northeast Indiana. We had some good football this year, but 5 years, that's a long time. So we're about due here in Northeast Indiana for somebody to bring home a champion to the Summit City. So let's dive into it. We're going to start in 4A. Probably the most exciting sectional bracket there. We got a rematch between East Noble and New Haven. New Haven only losing one game, and that was to East Noble a few weeks ago. Is Mylan Graham going to play? That's the biggest question. Ohio State recruit. It's been out the past few weeks. Johnny stepped up. James Harding Jr. stepped up. New Haven strong running game. But rematch, first round in that sectionals. Also, in that sectional bracket, let's take a look at that. We got Dwenger in that sectional. We got Southside in that bracket. That's a very, very competitive bracket there. Let's check out some more of those sections. We're gonna dive into 6A. Let's check out those 6A matches, the big dogs. In this area, we have Carroll, Homestead, and Northrop all battling in that 6A sectional. Let's check out some of those matchups we have right there. You have Homestead versus Fishers. Northrop taking on Hamilton Southeastern. Carroll versus Warsaw. All in that 6A sectional. It's going down. Let's move along to the 5A sectional. And we have here locally, we got Snyder taking on Anderson. And the winner of that game faces Northside. That's going to be an intriguing matchup. But Snyder looks to carry their momentum over to the playoffs and that sectional there. Continuing along, ladies and gentlemen, these sectional pairings and games. In 3A, we got Concordia taking on Yorktown, who looks to get their first win of the season. Maybe it can happen in postseason. You never know. It's about whatever team has that momentum, is playing good. That's who survives in playoffs. Now moving on to 2A, Bishop Lures. They got a piece of that. They could have won outright of the SAC title, but they took a loss this past week in the Homestead. So them and Snyder splits the championship, the SAC championship. But they take the team as they continue, their momentum. Lewis playing some real good football right now as they're in 2A taking on Cherubusco in the sectionals. So you have it right there, 2023 sectionals. Let's get it. Let's move on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back live. So something that caught my attention that I thought that was very, very dope this week. With the name, image, and likeness deals going on in NIL, if you haven't heard about it, it's crazy. Sweeping across, even diving into, high school now. But this collective, the Crimson Collective, partnered up with the University of Utah. And every scholarship athlete on the football team was gifted a 2024 Ram truck. Retail over $60K, and it includes the insurance. Now, being a former student athlete in college, they didn't have a vehicle at the beginning. That is super, super key to have some wheels and have been taken care of. So that's huge for the University of Utah. That definitely is going to help some recruiting. So shout out to that collective for blessing those student athletes. In our NIL deals, some of your top income earners in college football. Here's the top 5 income earners when it comes to NIL deals around here. These student athletes are making more money than what they can possibly make their first year in professional athletics. But here's the top 5 athletes in college football getting that paper, eating good. Welcome back. We said it earlier in the show. You look good, play good, they pay you good. So with that being said, fashion always goes hand in hand with the game of ball, whether you're playing basketball, football, whatever. That pregame drip, it's always clutch. You never know who you may see. So some of the guys around the league, the NFL that has caught my attention, how they pull up to the game. Let's take a quick second and highlight some of the flyest guys that I've seen so far in the NFL season. Let's dive into it. Let's take a look at them. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday night. Some of us stayed up real late. Some of us may have fell asleep because we thought that Colorado had it in the bag. The biggest comeback in Colorado history, and the fourth biggest comeback in Pac-12 history happened Friday night. Colorado up 29-0 going into halftime. I done been on the opposite end in real life of this. Some other teammates may think the game is over, but it's levels, it's quarters. It's a whole nother game, and momentum is a big thing in sports. Remember that. Momentum is a big thing in sports. So, shout out to number 13 on Stanford, and hats off to Stanford for doing that thing, getting a huge win, facing adversity. That was very, very huge. So much credit and kudos to Stanford. And, we got to hold each other accountable. So going into the third quarter, there was a couple things that I feel like it was 2, maybe 3 plays that changed the game totally, but I feel like it was one play in particular that changed the game in the Colorado and Stanford game. It was a third down, I want to say. No. Matter of fact, it was in the fourth quarter. We're going to jump to the fourth quarter of the game. It was third and 22. The defense gets a stop. It would have been 4th and 23. Travis Hunter gets unsportsmanlike penalty. Now, he makes it up the next play with a big touchdown. Now, let's just say, hypothetically, he doesn't get that unsportsmanlike penalty. Stanford doesn't score, and they're not even in this predicament of having a comeback. We're not even having this conversation right now if he doesn't get that penalty. It was it was his first game back. I'm a big Travis fan, but, again, we got to hold each other accountability. It was that play. He responded. He made it up. But I feel like that was a big, costly turning point, and big momentum. That was momentum. They got that touchdown, and that was a streak of things that led to, Stanford 36-7. 36-7 in the second half alone in that game. That's crazy. Colorado was up 29-0. Second half 36-7. They go into overtime and lose 43-46. You see let's listen to what Coach Prime had to say.
Hats off to our opposition today. They came back and played a heck of a game in the second quarter. They went on to get the big. I'm truly upset. I'm truly disturbed. I'm going to try my best to stay composed and do the best of my ability to handle this press conference, because you deserve my best, and I'm going to try my best to give it to you. I thought the game wonderfully. Finally put it together in the first half like I desired, like we desired, like our players desired, and the fans. Wonderful first half. 29-0, I believe the score was there. Am I correct? And you surrender, I believe, 3 touchdowns unanswered, close to it, which I can't fathom. Right now, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. And then life is unexpected, and this is one of them. We got to knuckle up and let's go. We can't sit down and have no pity party. Y'all don't feel bad for us. Some of y'all are ecstatic about what transpired today, and I know that, but that's cool. We're going to take this one on the chin because we deserve it. 29, I've never been in one of these types. I don't remember, from youth on, I don't remember being up 29-0 and losing a football game. I really don't. This is a little tough for me, and I'm trying my best, and I thank you all for your patience.
You know, we love the game of football. You know, you heard what Coach Prime said, but again, hats off to Stanford, number 13, to go back into the game that third quarter that he had. Oh, man, he went crazy. First off, that slant, he just, off the ball, he just, look at the play. He just gets that defender off him and takes it to the house. Second play, the 60-yard touchdown that made the score 29 to 19 at that point. I mean, big-time players come up in big-time games. And number 13, I cannot pronounce your name, but he went bananas for Stanford. So shout out to Stanford. Back to the drawing board with Colorado. This is the first year. It's all right. But that was definitely, I feel like that loss probably hurt more than the Oregon loss because you're up 29-0. And to have that game end the way it did, it was definitely, some humble pie. And it's back to the drawing board, and they're going to figure it out. It's all good, but I feel like that loss may have been worse than, the Oregon loss. Pigskin Players, ladies and gentlemen, you see it in the back. Go blue, go blue. The schedule. We got our coach back. IU this week. We played IU this past week. IU always plays tough. We got off to a very, very, very slow start. Going into the second quarter, we're down 7-0. Our first 2 possessions of the game wasn't the best. Like I said, we gave up the first touchdown of the game to IU school, but after that second quarter, turned it up. And it's the type of game that we love to see from J.J. McCarthy. An 84.4 QBR rate, 3 touchdowns, 14 for 17, 222 passing yards, managed the game, controlled the game. Our running back, one of the best running backs, leading the FBS in touchdowns, Blake Corum, gets 2 more touchdowns to add. Under 100 yards with this game, but 2 touchdowns to get the ball rolling, get us going. This upcoming week, Michigan, it's a rival. No matter what the records is between the 2 teams, it's always going to be a battle. We travel to Michigan State. They don't have their coach due to, some things going on that we'll talk about later in the show. But this upcoming weekend, it's going to be a bomb, crazy game. Michigan State, Michigan, under the lights this week. Again, records are out the window when these 2 teams play. And we can't wait. This is going to be our first test. It's on the road. In-state rivalry, Michigan State. I got some good friends, some brothers. There's some Michigan State fans. So we definitely going to make some side bets. And it's going to be all love, all friendly. But this weekend, Michigan State, can't wait. We're going to be all eyes on deck on that game. So this upcoming weekend, Michigan State, Michigan, go blue. Michael Penix Jr. is the real deal. Let's take a look at this play right here. That shows a lot. Shows a lot of awareness. He knew that the defender had jumped offside, so he knew he had a free play, and he took advantage of the play. And those wide receivers that he has are the real deal. So he takes advantage of this play, throws a strike, gets it, knows that he has a penalty, and the following play puts it right in the end zone. Michael Penix Jr. is making a strong case for Heisman, man. This fella, I had the chance to watch that whole game and really, break him down, and he is legit. Michael Penix Jr. balled out yesterday. Shout out to you for eating good, young fella. After another crazy, exciting week of college football, the rankings are in, and you have it. Georgia, number 1, Michigan, 2, Ohio State, 3, Florida State, 4, and Washington cracks into the top 5. After a crazy win versus Oregon, they squeak into the top 5. Now, things can shake up shake up. Again, this upcoming weekend, we have some great games. Georgia being off this week. They don't come back to the 26th where they face Florida. But we got Michigan State rivalry game. We got Ohio State versus number 7 Penn State. That's going to be a dogfight. We got Florida State versus Duke. Duke can shake up some things. Watch out for that game now. You're hearing that here now. And then Washington plays Arizona State. So there you have it. You have your top 5. I'm rounding out college football this week, but it can change this upcoming week with some crazy games. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, Pigskin Players, before we, exit, we're going to take a trip over to North Carolina. We love running backs. We played the position, and we just love what we're hearing, but some of the things we've been seeing has been basketball numbers. So in North Carolina, crazy story. Sets a school record, 912 rushing yards with a final score, check this, 106-83. They threw the ball 2 times, 106-83, 2 running backs, 2 junior running backs. Keep your eye on them. Jeremiah Johnson and Jay Hill combined for 668 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns in one game. North Carolina, Pender versus Hopton. Records broken. That's crazy. Shout out to those young fellas for eating good. Let's check them out.
Extra point is good. Jeremiah Johnson, number 5, takes it all the way. Touchdown, Patriots! And the 2-point conversion is good. Big pass to number 1, touchdown Hopton. Number 10, touchdown, Patriots.